Hello. So I'm very excited to show you another bullet journal flip through, and I'm going to try and make this intro and outro as quick as possible because it is blazing hot right now. This journal was a joy to make. So a friend of mine had reached out to me and said, hey, I have a friend who's turning 30. Would you be able to make her a custom bullet journal? And I asked her a bunch of questions to ask her friend, because at first she was like, well, I want it to be a surprise, but then like with these things, like you want to make sure that it can still be, a lot of it can be a surprise, but just wanting to get some ideas of what really matters to them in a planner. What are some themes they love, some colors. So you'll see a lot of Disney throughout this one, and I watched a lot of Disney movies while making this, so it was very fun. And I just felt like it was really enjoyable to, it didn't feel like the perfectionist in me coming out. It felt like just an opportunity to like slow down and take care with little details. And it felt almost like meditative. And so it was very enjoyable. And yeah, I just had a lot of fun. And so I hope you enjoy it, and let's get to it. Okay, so this is one of Riley Autumn's bullet journals, and I'll start here since I just want to keep the customer's name private. But this is the future log. You'll see this little, I'm naming him George the giraffe. She really likes giraffes. And so I decided to sprinkle in throughout this little drawing. I had Googled giraffe doodle. That was something Riley Autumn, when I messaged her and I was like, have you ever drawn a giraffe? And she's like, no, but just search for doodles and you should come up with something. And so I found this one, and I'll link it down below where I found it. But I thought it was really cute. And so you'll see a little bit of him throughout. So this is where she can put future events, birthdays and such. You'll see tabs throughout, just like I do on all the journals I do. So then she can flip to whatever she's looking for. Something her friend mentioned is that she would like to do a 30 books to read in your 30s. And I love doing bookshelves in bullet journals. It's very fun. So then she can fill in the book she's reading. The last person I created a custom bullet journal for, she also went ahead and like colored in the different books. So, and I really liked this quote. And then she also wanted 30 ways to celebrate a new decade, because, okay, if it wasn't clear, she just turned 30. And then her friend said that she was really into musicals, Broadway musicals. So just a spread for, she can do however she wants. She can put in like, a ticket from a show, or lyrics that she really liked, or a picture, whatever she wants. We have August. So what each month looks like is she wanted a big calendar. There's George. A place for tasks. A verse. She wanted me to pick a verse. And then I just left her a little section for notes. And then I put for each month, it might have been a crappy day, but here's one thing that brought me joy. Now for all the other months, except for one other one I could think of, I realized I could have done more circles here. But in all the other months, there's a space for each day of the month. But it wasn't until this point that I was like, oh, she might want one for each day. So this first month, she can just kind of play with it. And she's getting it a little part of the way through August, so it should be fine. But this, she wanted a place to track goals. So she has some physical, mental, and financial goals. So I put a space for her to put a specific goal to track. And then if you look, there's like a space for each day of the month. I feel like that's very customary in a lot of people's journals. They do that. And then just a place for her to write down notes if there's some takeaways that she's like, this is going really well, but I want to change this. And then what the weekly spreads look like is there's a spot for each day for her to write down tasks, events, and so forth. And then most of it, I have Friday and Saturday split like so. And I played with a few different ways to do that. And then if there was an extra page, just put brain dump so that if she wants a place, I know I really like this, where I can just put down all my thoughts and then I can organize it into which day I want to, tackle tasks or cross things out. Like, no, that doesn't really need to be done. So it just kind of follows that format. And the first two spreads, there's George. Count how many times you see him and comment down below how many times we see George. I know it seems kind of silly, but that was just something that was on my heart. I'm like, if she really likes giraffes, I'll just sprinkle him in. So the first couple spreads are kind of simple. And then I started getting into things she really likes. So October, it's a very simple spread, but it took me a long time because she loves Newsies. So I listened to a bunch of Newsies. It'd been a while. I love that musical. And I did different lyrics, and then I picked a verse that kind of went with the lyrics using the word arise. And same kind of things. And again, sprinkled in some quotes, some lyrics. Carrying the banner. November, this is a stamp from Journal Say, and then I just colored in with the colors of the month. George again. Okay, this is something that I wanted to mention is some of my favorite things throughout this journal are mistakes. So I think there was a mistake made here, and I was like, well, I can just color over it with one of the colors, and I actually really like it. So that was just kind of a lesson for me that sometimes, God redeems mistakes, and there are ways to, oh, do you see the paint from earlier today? I was at a birthday bash and we were painting. I just noticed that. But yeah, it's fun. I feel like to figure out creative ways to fix mistakes. And December is one of them. Okay, I want to give credit to Riley Autumn. She did some, I think it was, I'll link it down below, but a few different simple spreads for December. And so that was one of them. So this is funny because two people have said they really like this spread, this page. And I was like, oh, this is a giant mistake that I'd made here. I can't even remember what it was now, but I was very tired and I should have stopped. And I was like, oh no. So I had this it's kind of like craft paper, but it was just from like an Amazon package. I think Riley Autumn and maybe a couple other bullet journalers, I reference her so much, I just realized, had mentioned, a few people have mentioned that, just use any kind of craft paper. That's a simple way to fix mistakes. Yeah. And this was just a quote from an Advent devotional that I had used. In January, she loves Disney. She loves Frozen. And so I wanted to make sure to have kind of like a subtle little Frozen theme. And her favorite color is purple. So I tried to use that as much as possible. This little snowman. I know it doesn't look like Olaf, but okay. This was the spread that I started crying, and my husband helped me problem solve, kind of troubleshoot what are some ways to redeem it. I almost just like pasted over this with some other like paper from the back or something, or for my own bullet journal. But you know what? Even though I still see the flaws, to me, it's still beautiful. And so I hope she enjoys it. It is such a balance figuring out to what extent to go to fix mistakes. But yeah, this spread actually makes me really happy right now. I love the colors, and I love that, like, just pushing through that, being like, oh no, I've made so many mistakes. So yeah. And I did different ways of like having lines earlier on. I think it was like in here, and I do like the way this looks. This was a simpler layout, but I think my favorite way to do it is like the one in August where there's like these boxes. So March, she really likes Disney, so I decided to do, I've seen like floral kind of Disney, like Mickey Mouse ears, but I decided not to fill it all in, but just to kind of do an outline. And I did some Walt Disney quotes throughout, and that was really fun. And April was very simple, but I really liked this boot. Oh, she hates pink, and this was literally the only pink that snuck its way into the whole bullet journal. I was trying to be very careful. She did not want any pink, so. There's George again. Okay, May, I really enjoyed. She speaks Spanish, and I'd done this in the last bullet journal, but I just love using Spanish, and this is one of my favorites. I think I used this in the other journal, but it's from a novel that I read once. And this washi tape was given to me by one of my friends who is Mexican, and she thought this was just such a beautiful washi tape, and I was like, absolutely. I knew exactly what I wanted to use for it. And then of course I showed it to my husband. He's like, it looks Greek, and I'm like, what? No. And so then I found this cactus, and I was like, and then my friend gave me this beautiful kind of burnt orangish brown color, a brush pen that she got from her mother-in-law. And so that was very, very sweet. So I liked the way those colors played together. And she helped me find this quote, which I really liked also. And then our last final month, and this is her birthday month, she loves Moana. And I had only seen it once all the way through. My students love Moana. So I've like heard the songs a lot, but I decided to watch it again to kind of get inspiration of what would be some things to do. So I had a lot of fun with this one. I tried to make the end in June kind of look like the one in Moana, like if you look at the picture for the movie. And I did some wavy lines, just thinking about how much she's drawn to the ocean. And then the J to make it look like his, what's it called? Like his hook that helps him like transform Maui's. And then the symbol that's in the O and that's in the heart of Te Fiti. And then when she's like trying to help the little turtle go out to the ocean, I was just kind of looking at the leaf she used for that. And then this was just a fun spread to do. I maybe went a little overboard, but it was so fun. I was looking at Maui's like tattoos on his back and just kind of looking at some of the patterns, and really liked this quote. Sometimes the world seems against you. The journey may leave a scar, but scars can heal and reveal where you are. I thought that was really good. And you know who you are, who you truly are. And I just thought that was really beautiful to include. I loved playing with these colors. Tried to use ones from like Moana's outfit and just the ones I saw repeated throughout the movie. And that was really fun. So that is the end. She has plenty of space left if she wants to make her own monthly spread for July to make it a complete 12-month. I usually do 11 months. Probably because I'm a teacher, so I'm used to doing August through June for all the bullet journals. But yes, this was such a delight to make.
There you have it. I'm so excited to give it to her tomorrow. There was definitely a lot of, things that came up like carpal tunnel and stuff like that. But I'm really glad everything kind of came together at the end. And yeah, again, just very enjoyable to make. I'm excited to see what she thinks. This is the first time I've made a journal that's not for someone that I know very well. I've met her, I think, once.
for like a couple hours. So it'll be really exciting to see what she thinks, to see what my friend thinks of it. And I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you have any questions down below. And I'll be sure to link down any supplies I used as much as possible. Some washi tape was given to me or bought by my wonderful husband. So pray that you're all having a wonderful day. Stay cool out there. I know it's pretty warm right here. Have a wonderful day.